Hello everyone and welcome to Usitility. Today we are going to see how to play Call of Antia on PC using the brand new BlueStacks 5, that is designed for blazing fast speed and high-octane action. It packs a punch with mega performance upgrades and it has faster performance than any other high-end Android device or Android platform. We will be able to easily download and install Call of Antia and enjoy the game on our Windows PC with keyboard, mouse and big screen thanks to BlueStacks 5, which is the Android emulator that we recommend to play Call of Antia. So without further ado, let's get to it. Before anything else my friends, the first thing to do is to open our favorite browser. We have here the one we prefer. Let's continue, going to the current URL that I have highlighted in green. There you are seeing it on the screen. You don't need to type anything, simply because there's a link in the description of this video and as well in the first main comment. We arrived on this page on the site of Usitility, where we have an in-depth description on how you can obtain Call of Antia on personal computer. We browse lower a little bit and then click on the Download Game on PC button. After we click on that link, we reach the site of BlueStacks, which the Android emulator that we will use to play Call of Antia on our PC. As you can see from here, we access a number of advantages of preferring this emulator. Then, we are on the way to proceed to download the Call of Antia by simply clicking on the button Play on BlueStacks that I have marked in green. Next step is clicking on that button. Of course, the download starts and ends immediately. Voila, this is the download. It's an executable file. What we have to do now is to launch the executable file, so we click on the file. Windows 10 users will be asked for permission to allow changes to the laptop or device. We have said yes. I reduce the web browser to view the installation software better. The installation software is uncomplicated. It includes a couple of options, install, and setup path. I am going to describe what setup path does. We just click it. Therefore we discover that we have now here the path in which the emulator will be installed. If we need to change this directory, we have to click on this Browse option, and we select another folder and set up the emulator where we wish. To keep it simple, just keep it by default. Then, I click on Back. And therefore I pick Install. Great. The install begins and it is going to continue with the download of those megabytes which are shown on this computer screen. When you save it on your hard drive, it could possibly be a bit more or less megabytes. The download rate might go faster or slower, based on your connection and according to the efficiency of the emulator hosting servers. Immediately they are running super fast. The download is finished, and now it proceeds with the installation phase. With BlueStacks 5 you can even reduce RAM usage with a single click. Especially useful if you ever face performance-related problems. In addition, you can activate Eco Mode to enjoy 87% reduced CPU usage, 97% reduced GPU usage and easier multitasking. As you can see, BlueStacks 5 is built to provide stability and performance during long gaming sessions. The installation has already finished for me. At this point, the emulator has actually been launched successfully. As you will notice, at the bottom of the screen, there's a progress bar which will advance to the right, and when it actually reaches the end, the emulator is going to be launched for the very first time. The reality is the emulator is already launched there for the first time. Before we continue on, as you understand, it made a couple of icons here on the PC desktop. The BlueStacks and BlueStacks multi-instance. Note that the BlueStacks icon is definitely the one we're concerned about. Anytime we are planning to launch Call of Antia on the PC, we twice click on this particular icon and as a result start the emulator. The BlueStacks multi-instance icon allows you to launch multiple emulator instances. And with BlueStacks 5's new improved multi-instance manager in Eco Mode, players can run more game instances faster and with less lag. We should make the following step, which is actually a must, and that is to begin browsing the Google Play Store. And we are going to mouse click on Play Store. As you will notice, the Google Play is presented. Right here we are required to sign in. Right now, the moment we are on this page, we must do the next step that is compulsory. So that we mouse click on Sign In. At this point it announces Checking Info. It may once in a while get stuck in Checking Info and it doesn't move forward. In that case, you should try to connect to your account after a few hours and it will most certainly be fixed. At this point we shall insert our username and password. The email needs to be a Gmail email and its related password. For instance, you make use of the same email you use currently in your YouTube account. Thus I am going to provide my data and I will return immediately after I have accomplished it. That's all, information inserted. Discover Google welcoming us and offering us the terms of service. We are going to approve all of them by simply clicking I agree. After that, it allows us to back up to the Google Cloud. You can also leave it checked and it'll create a backup of the files on that device to Google Drive. I will not select it, you do what you want. We simply click on Accept. The Google Play Store is started automatically and completely on its own. To install the game, we must go to the Android emulator desktop by left-clicking that app icon marked in green. Currently that we are exploring the desktop of this emulator for Android, we see that we have right here the Install Game button. We mouse-click on that button. At this point we access to the video game. Let's click on here on the Install option that I'm displaying now in green. This will initiate the setup. Presently it will download and install the game. It will take a little while, or perhaps it may possibly be very fast. It all is going to depend on the internet connection. It's actually completed installing. Back to the emulator desktop by simply clicking on this particular option that I am highlighting in green, to be able to launch Call of Antia for the first time. I am at present on the emulator desktop, and as a consequence we're going to click on that new Call of Antia app icon which has been generated. That Android game is launched for the first time. There we have it. I'm able to click anywhere on the screen and also make use of the keyboard. I am going to talk about the volume level of that emulator. It is here. We have got the icon of higher volume and the icon of lower volume. This way we are not going to count on the Microsoft Windows volume to increase or decrease the audio of the emulator. As well as to appreciate the experience to the max, we will turn on the big screen, for which we have two options. That is simply the first one. We mouse click on this icon that I am actually identifying in green. Then the display screen is maximized, coming with one border at the top, one at the right and one at the bottom. In the case that we aspire to experience the application in full screen, we click this particular icon. And we might at present be experiencing and enjoying the game in full screen setting. To exit the 100% screen setting, click the F11 key. So we would undoubtedly at present play in normal screen mode. From now, I am ready to present you the computer keys mapping, which is extremely interesting. This means we will likely be ready to use the game a lot more effortlessly. The first point is to click on this computer keyboard icon. And right now there you will have the ability to get the recommended configurations. I will keep the default configuration, however if you need to improve it, you can also do it now with no problem. Perhaps you have realized, the emulator is absolutely in our language. Once in a while it happens that the emulator is started in the wrong language, as an example, in Chinese language. So to set it up in the correct language we go there to the cogwheel. So right here inside of many other settings, we click on the language drop down. We may choose the language we prefer, Spanish, Japanese, and so forth. Once the language is chosen, we could save, the emulator will restart, and also the video game, the next time we launch it, would as well be in the specified language. At this time, you will find another element that we have to take into account, and it is that we will receive an email telling that a brand new equipment has been connected with our Google account. It should question us if we're the ones who have associated with that device. Of course, we shouldn't worry, as the emulator is behaving like an Google Android tablet or smartphone. And then to identify which electronic device is currently being emulated, we arrive here, to the cogwheel, and we simply click on it. So we browse here to the model choice. And now we discover that the emulator is emulating a Samsung mobile phone. And so we're going to receive an email saying that a new Samsung device has been connected to our Google account. This is it guys, so much for that video user demo. I hope you liked it, particularly that you found it handy. In this case, bring it a good like, subscribe, and I will be happy to answer all your comments, issues or suggestions. Let them in the comment box below. You could also comment things on my Twitch channel. I conduct live streams ever so often. You have it below in the video description and in the very first pinned comment. Simply click on any of the training videos which are usually appearing on the suggestion of videos to watch, and see you in the future video tutorials. Bye.